automatic, that would be a problem.
I like, and one of the things, let me get in the gun
But
seat.
that's what a foregrip's for.
Yeah, and like I went, like when I was watching the review, the dude's like, yeah, it's $3,000. And yes, I know I'm gonna hear people like, I've built guns, like you can build an M4 for under that. That does just about the same things that this does. But I I can't find anything wrong with it. As much as I want to, bitch and moan about it. And I just went, yeah, but for that $3,000, I could build a rifle and have money to spare to put into other things.
Right. So it's not something I would buy, but it's interesting at
Yeah.
least. I think we have to find a guy and extract him.
Alright, well, let's find a nice hiding spot here.
So I think we need to stealth this.
Well, I'm going to send the drone out real quick.
All right, you do that.
Dude in pantsuit. But yeah,
That was my bad. Oh, kill him! Kill him!
I got him.
Just kill the guy and we're dead.
Oh, fuck. No,
Right. Now that I know it's just kill him, we can just drive the attack jeep into it if we still have the attack jeep.
Yeah, and like, and back to C-clamping. It's weird because you haven't, if you've never done it before. Holding it on a rifle like that, my arm already, like, the way that it's just doing it like this, my arms are like, something's wrong. Why are you doing this? Just holding it like that. Unlike, I'm used to holding a rifle.
Right, now I understand what you're saying. I especially understand what you're saying because I
Yeah.
shot competitions. So, like, I
So
understand.
it's like taking a shotgun and trying to do that is weird.
It would be, especially since the competitions I was shooting, one of my shotguns, the barrels nearly melted, actually.
But back,
Like, that gun, it was a Mossberg over-under. It was a cheap one. It was like $400. It was a double barrel over-under. And the only thing holding the two barrels together was a weld that was the final, like, inch and a half of the two barrels being together.
but
Those barrels slid apart, and one of the barrels slid out of the action to where it wouldn't fire correctly, and it very well could have blown up and killed me.
but back to
And then Mossberg didn't want to give us money back, and took over a year to send us another shotgun, and that is why I do not like Mossberg.
right, but you've had problems with them in the past. Unlike,
Exactly.
me where it's like, yeah, no, like if you were near me, be like, yeah, no, you could have just brought it to the shop, and my brother-in-law would have went, oh, I'll deal with this real quick,
Right.
because it is a safety problem,
Yeah.
and you
If
want your
something bad would have happened, I would have sued the crap out of them.
right,
Because I had only put roughly 600 rounds through that shotgun.
which is nothing for the people that don't shoot. That is nothing. To break a rifle in, to see what it actually will do with wear and tear, it's 1,000. So it doing that in its first 1,000 rounds, there's something wrong with that rifle or shotgun.
And I was shooting it with competitions and stuff, and that's 25 rounds a go.
Yeah. So
Like that's an entire single box of 12 gauge shotgun shells.
yeah. So that's nothing. for people who do shoot understand that. You know.
For people that don't understand that, that's putting nothing through the barrel of it.
Yeah, and literally it's like, it's like 600 rounds. That's a lot. Yeah.
That's like a car breaking down within the first 50,000 miles. Just the car completely falling apart.
Like the transmission popping out of it, you know.
Like a gear shooting out of the side of the transmission.
Yeah, something like that. For people to understand that. That's literally, yeah, that is nothing. Like, granted, and knowing Beast, he didn't treat the rifle like shit. You cleaned it after every competition.
Every practice.
Yeah.
Every practice. I think it only took me to actually one competition, but practice.
After every practice, yeah. Unlike some people, which, like, the AK, people think too highly of the AK. No. Yeah, it'll shoot really shitty ammo with no problem, but you should clean it afterwards.
But if you should still take care of your weaponry.
Yeah.
If you want it to hold up, you have to maintenance it. People like the AK because it's easy to maintenance, and it works in desperate situations where you can't maintenance it.
Right,
but
and
that doesn't make it the end-all be-all.
Yeah, no. And, you know, the stories that I hear, yeah, no, we left it rust over and kicked it open with my boot, and it cycled perfectly afterwards. Like, yeah, okay, I get the idea behind that, I do. But,
I'm all like, well, that's a cool story. You shouldn't have done that. But the fact that it didn't immediately just destroy it. Dead.
Okay.
Alright, let's just run.
I'm getting inside and healing up for a sec. I'll catch up. But it's like, I'd rather take the M4, which, you know, sorry, in my personal, it's more modular. I can do a lot more with it. You know, I can build it to be CQB. I can build it for a decent range.
You know what's my favorite? AR-10 308.
Yeah, I have no problem with that either. But, you know, I'm just in general Beast over the AK.
Oh, no, definitely. But, like, that one's my favorite. Because
Like,
we've got one.
Like, if I have to pick
we've got it set up for hog hunting, so
yeah, no.
It's got, like, a really awesome, like, night vision scope. That's super cool.
So, like, the difference between, like, and I saw a video that Iraq Veteran 8, you know, whatever the numbers are for him, they're like, guns that aren't ARs that we want. And I went, they put a stoner up there. Like, if, you know, and I went, yeah, no, I like the stoner. You know why? Because you can customize that for belt fed, you can customize that for mag fed, you can do a lot with it. You can never find them because after, you know, Nam, they took all of them and destroyed 98% of them.
Ooh. I know there's a why, I just don't know why.
Because it's politics. Politics, that's why, Beast. Because
okay, well, yeah.
SEALs and Special Forces after Nam were like, yeah, no, we like this gun over the M16. Because of how modular it is. We all use the same round. It's this, and this. But, and yeah, that's sad. But back to, and like the one that I saw up there, I was like, yeah, no, I like that one over an M4 too, which was the H&K that Thatcher uses in, for people who play video games, the one that Thatcher uses in Siege. The one you see me constantly use with in Siege when I'm playing Thatcher Beast.
Nice.
And I went, I've heard horror stories from it because of how, you know, when you shoot it, it feels like you're just taking a baseball bat and having someone crack you in this shore with it and stuff like that. But, and, you know, it jams and sandstorms and mud, you know, gets into it and you have a malfunctioning weapon. And I'm like, yes, even with, you know, but in a proper scenario, you know, urban scenario, That gun should work no problem for what I need
Right.
to do with it.
And the gun feeling like it's slamming into your shoulder, that sounds like they don't know what they're doing with it.
No, like the dude's a you know, a former Marine, question, and it's just like, or ask, because you're never really a former Marine, I like to say,
Yeah, no, I understand this.
former active Marine is the way I like to say it,
There is no way over this bloody fence.
But, and like, my thing is, okay, there's a problem with how it kicks like a son of a bitch. Okay, and there's no getting over it. Understandable. But what you could do is put a pad on it, put another pad on it. There is ways to get around this. Wrap around it.
Right. There's ways to put it down to being tolerable.
Well, yeah, it's like,
But like, how big of a round is it kicking?
308 in full auto.
That AR-10, you don't even feel it kick hardly.
Because it's not a normal stock beast. You know what I mean? It is.
I thought it had more to do with how the internals were on it.
It is a rollback blow system or something like that. It is the H&K style, but it's also a very, very narrow butt stock on it beast. Unlike the ARs and stuff where we understand you put mass on it, it spreads out the pain on a shoulder.
Right. Okay. Like, I can only speak from my own experiences. I'm not like a gun nut.
No, and I'm not either. But I like learning about them. They're interesting.
Oh, no. They are interesting. I agree with you on that. It's just I might know some things that are wrong, or I might have some opinions that other people wouldn't agree with me, but that's just my experiences.
And back to what... Fuck, I need to get that. But, like, people in school, like, well, go ask Wolf. They'd use my real name, but yeah, go ask him. He could explain it in a way that you'd understand. With hunting like in the ag wing and stuff, like, because he understands it. It's like, okay, what's the problem with this? Really, that's the problem? Just clean the damn thing. It's still like, or like the shotguns, jammed on us. We ran like through. I was like, were you like making sure you cleared it each time properly for new shit? No, it's like, oh, you're short shocking it then. You were constantly short shocking it. Don't do that. That's bad.
Oh, good, I found a helicopter. Jeez, that was starting to piss me off. The stupid fence is my way everywhere I go.
But yeah, no, and it was just one thing after another. It's like, yeah, go ask him. I still
you can't short shuck a double barrel.
No, you can't with that, and you can't with a semi-auto shotgun. You know what I mean?
Dad had an old semi-auto shotgun that I first started using for trap shooting. It would not kick out the shells because it was old and a bit worn out, and it could not handle low brass.
Yeah,
couldn't spit them out.
So,
not enough kick.
So, like, but there's something to be said about a old school, Remington, or you know what? If I could find one in a gun shop, I would buy it.
I think it was a Remington Model 100. I really think it was.
Like, there's something to be said back to, if I can find one, I will buy one in a gun shop. Damn, the price is an old Winchester pump shotgun.
That was a lot more people than I expected.
Dead. The old World War II, World War I issue, I like it will chew through.
I have an M1 carbine.
Yeah, no, like they're good guns too. Did you know that my grandfather was issued one in World War II?
That's cool.